Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Art with Ray. I'm Ray, and I'm here to do the fourth part of the series, Sherlock Gnomes. If you remember, I did say that this time we were going to be using the Arteza Expert pencils. So we're going to be using that for this circle today. I'm not sure if we're going to be using it for other circles, but definitely for this one. So let's get started. Let's start with this hat. Last time we made this hat blue. This time I want to do a slightly different color. So let's do his hat in a brown. And I'm going to layer a couple of browns on top of each other. I love this Arteza Expert set. I just hate the trays. They're so flimsy. I do need to get a case for them. Because I really, really love these pencils and I don't want anything to happen to them. Alright, so anyway, I am just getting to the brown section. We're going to use... let's see, we're going to use Camel Brown. We're going to start with Camel Brown. And then on top of that, we're going to lay down some cinnamon and some Sienna Brown. So these are the three browns we're going to be working with. I will let you know which ones we're using. So first we're starting off with Camel Brown. Camel Brown is A300. And we're going to do a light layer over his hat. Remember, my hand is further back on the pencil so that it allows me to go easier and not be able to push down too hard. So it's allowing me to get a nice light layer. Also, this helps to give an even layer, also going in circles. Also helps to give you a nice even layer. It also helps to hide your pencil marks. So we're just, like I said, putting down just a light layer of this, just so it's our base. The other colors will definitely make it darker. Okay, next color we're going to go in with is Cinnamon. Color number is A304. And we're going to go right over the top of what we just put down. Remember, in circular motions, hold your pencil a little further back if you think that you may have too heavy of a hand. And there's no shame in that. A lot of people are like that naturally. And some people are able to teach themselves how to go lighter. When I first started, I definitely had a pretty heavy hand. And, by using this technique here, it helped me to train myself to go lighter. So I don't actually have to hold the pencil this far, but I'm doing it more for demonstration purposes. And actually, it's actually a good practice for me too, to hold the pencil this far up. Again, we're just throwing in light layers of this. We're going to go over it a few times and then blend it also. Okay. And the final color we're going to go in with is Sienna Brown, A305. I like Sienna Brown. It has nice red tones to it. Also helps to darken things up without making them too dark. Okay, and we're going to repeat that process. Camel Brown, A300. And again, we're just going to layer it right over the top of what we've been doing. Trying to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. I like this Camel Brown. I like it a lot, actually. I use it quite a bit, mostly as a base, but it is a really nice color. Okay, then we're going to go in with Cinnamon, A304. And again, just right over the top. We're just building up the colors right now, and also trying to get rid of as much of the white paper as possible before we go in with the white pencil to blend everything together. So I hope everyone's having a great day or night when you're watching this. I'm really enjoying this series. I really love Joe Johnston's work. He's very talented, and his stuff is just so much fun to color and so much fun to just to look at. It's just a lot of fun. He's great. Okay, and then we're going to go in with Sienna Brown, A305. He also has a Facebook group. Actually, I might link that in the description. Actually, I'll ask him first, but if he says it's okay, I will link his Facebook group in the description. His Facebook group has some freebies, has a lot of people who are doing his work. You can only post his work that you've done in his group, which I like because then you're just seeing the stuff that the artist has come up with, and you see how many different ways people have done it. We're going to do a second coat of this. And with this second coat, we're going to go backwards now. So the next pencil we're going to go in is Cinnamon, A304. And then we want to start to push a little bit harder, not hard, but like medium pressure, because we do want now to fill up this white space as much as we can. And Cinnamon being a lighter color than Sienna Brown, you know, just need to push slightly harder. And also, I'm working, I think I told you, on just copy paper, so it's not the best paper in the world. It has very odd to some of it. Some of it's very toothy, some of it's not. So in some areas I can get more layers than others. It's, you know, it's not ideal, but I printed this out really quickly because this was something that I wanted to do for a demonstration that I was working on for a review for Castle Art's Soft Touch. So I was doing that on that day, and I saw this. It had just come out in the Etsy shop, and I was really excited. So, and then we're going in with Camel Brown, A300. And again, just over the top, and a bit harder here because we're going to try to blend it also with this color because it is the lightest color. I, at times, prefer to blend everything out with the lightest color if I can. Sometimes it's possible and sometimes it's not. It really depends on the colors you're using. The paper makes such a difference. It really does. And I hope that some of you out there who are doing the color along with me are using better paper than I am. I really want to get right in here. It seems to be a little... Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the white pencil. And we're going to blend this out. Get the white pencil out. Yeah, I can't wait to be able to transfer these into a case because I hate these trays. We are using white quartz, A001, and we're just going to go over all the brown and do our best to blend it all together. So we get all those colors blended together to make a nice even color, and with highlights and lowlights and all that, because you know we have colors here that are lighter brown, darker brown, brown with reds. So I think that looks pretty good. Okay, up here at that like bow thing, I think I'm just going to put our darkest brown to keep it kind of all uniform. That would be Sienna Brown 305. And just go on here, and you might need like a couple of layers, but I'm going to go a little bit harder in here just for the sake of time, so that I can get this color down quickly. Okay. All right. So let's go in now with let's do his skin, because we all know how much I love to do skin. So we're gonna go in with oh wait, just realized I don't remember. This set is not one that has actually that says skin tone. So I think what I'm gonna go in with is Apricot. And I'm gonna go very lightly with this because I'm not sure how it's gonna work. So let's just put it in very lightly. Actually, it's okay. I'm looking at it now. It's alright. It's skin tony-ish. Almost looks like light flesh from the other set we were using. Yeah, this will work. I'm gonna have to go over it a couple of times, but it definitely will work. So if you're using the Arteza Expert pencils, just get your Apricot out and go, just do some very light layers before you commit to, you know, putting down any more of the pigment down, just in case you don't like it or, you know, it's not exactly what you were envisioning. All right, I'm gonna do a third layer. I'm gonna go just a little bit heavier, like a medium pressure, because this is a very light color, so it takes a little bit of time to build up, especially if you're doing light layers. So let's just get his face done. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let me see the camera. Okay, yeah, you guys can see it. All right, so let's get our, oh, I always forget his ears. I don't know why. Let's get in his ears. All right, this ear over here. And I guess his hands now are next, so let's do his hands. Okay. And do another layer, just because I want to make sure we get an even tone. And then here, let's get his other hand here. I'm not sure if he's wearing gloves or not, but here he's not. It's just his skin tone, so I'm not sure if he was supposed to be wearing gloves, but in our world, he's not. I mean, if you would like to put gloves on him and change the color, that's cool. You know, it's your picture. I'm just here kind of guiding and giving you some ideas. You don't absolutely have to do what I'm doing. Like I said, if I'm helping anybody to get some ideas or anything like that, that makes me happy. All right, let's get his hair. We're not going to go crazy with his hair like we did the last time. What I think I'm going to do with his hair this time is, let's grab Ginger, A116, and let's just do his hair in Ginger. We'll have to go over it a few times. So this is second layer, third, fourth. Put like about 5 layers down. Let's try 7. It is a light color. Okay. Again, not gonna go crazy. Alright, so here we have, I don't know, I don't know if this is like a cloak exactly, because you have this, and then you have like a, I don't know, maybe a shirt or a coat. I'm just really confused as to what this is right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this part here in like a gray, and then we'll figure this out after we get this. So we have quite a few grays. Let's do, I don't want to do too dark, I don't want to do too light. Let's do Koala Gray. Koala Gray, A011. And again, let's just go light, because I'm not really sure how dark this gray is. I don't have my swatch sheet in front of me. Okay, yeah, this is actually the gray that I was envisioning. So that makes me happy. I still want to do very light layer first to start with. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to like move my hands and stuff in a position to where you guys can see what I'm doing on camera. I don't want, it's important that you see what I'm doing so you don't get lost, or, you know, there's no reason to watch me if you can't see what I'm doing, if I'm not able to help. So, all right, I think this is part, yeah, this is part of it. So again, I'm just doing a very light layer right now. Then we'll decide how dark we're going to go after. And also doing, again, it's always circular motions. My hand is further down the pencil, so up the pencil, further up the pencil, so that, you know, I'm not going hard. And again, circular motions to get an even coverage and also to hide pencil marks. Alright, and I believe this here is also that, so I'm going to make it that. Alright, second layer. I'm kind of glad this is exactly the color gray that I was envisioning. If you guys don't like this color gray, you feel free to use whatever color you want or whatever gray you want, especially if you're using this set. There's quite a few grays in it, which I appreciate. I think a lot of sets, especially quote-unquote budget sets, they ignore the grays. And I get it, because a lot of people who are buying budget sets aren't necessarily in need of a gray, or even know exactly how a gray works, or how you use, how the best way to use a gray. They're really looking for colors, getting the most colors they can get, and the brightest colors. And, yeah, of course that's important. But grays are so versatile. You can do so much with grays. Grays are actually used mostly for shading purposes. Because, you really don't, or I really don't like to use black. Very rarely will I use black to shade or as a color. It's very, very rare that will happen. I'm going over and doing a third layer. I really want to cover as much white space as possible before going in with the white pencil. So again, still doing a light layer. Excuse me, I'm still doing a very light layer. Alright, now on this next layer, I'm going to go a little bit harder, like a medium pressure. Okay? Because I do really want to try to get this paper, the white of the paper, as much gone as possible. And for time, it's for time purposes, I really do just want to kind of get it done as quickly as possible. If I was doing this off camera, I'd probably build up a lot of layers until I got the exact color that I wanted and the white of the paper was filled. But again, like I said, just for the purpose of time, I really don't want to do that. It is so much better that when you do that, though, you do a bunch of light layers until the color builds up to exactly the color that you want it, and then you're able to get rid of the rest of the white paper. I mean the white of the paper, I'm sorry. So, and also getting a lot of pigment on here before I blend it out is important. Alright, let's see. Let's pull out the white pencil, white quartz, A001, and let's just go over it and see if we can blend it all together and get rid of the white of this paper. Again, we're just going in circular motions. Okay, I think that worked pretty well. I think that gave a pretty good result. Okay, so the next thing here is, I'm not sure if this is a coat. I'm thinking this is probably a coat. So we have gray here. I don't want to make everything too dark. Let's see, maybe a navy blue. I mean, that's pretty dark, but I need to find maybe a brighter blue. You know what? I really like, in this set, Mykonos Blue. Let me just find that. It's Sapphire, I think this might be it. No, it's Peacock. Where's Mykonos? Okay. Mykonos Blue, A507. And we're going to use that for here and here, where it looks like it's probably a coat. And again, we're going to go in a circular motion. I love this color. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous blue. This set has some really nice blues. Has some really nice everything. I'm a huge fan of this set. This one and the Castle Arts right now are my two go-to pencils, actually. And I have really high-end pencils also, but I find that I don't use them as much. I don't use them as much as I should. I guess I should say. I mean, I think part of it's like not that I'm afraid, but you know, you spend so much on pencils, and you're like, oh no, I don't want them to run out. But at the end of the day, what did I buy them for? I didn't buy them to sit on a shelf and stare at them. There's very few pencils that I have that I regret buying, actually. There's maybe a couple that, you know, I'm not overly happy with that I never ever use. But, you know, they're there if I need them. And, you know, sometimes, I'm sorry, at this point, I'm just layering, to try to get as much of the white paper out as possible. Sorry, I should have told you that, but I'm going to leave that right there for now. Let's go to this sleeve and do the same thing. I love the fact that they hold such a good point too for such a long period of time. Like that's really, really great. Especially like coming from like a Prismacolor where, you know, after 2 layers you're sharpening the pencil. If you're lucky enough that the pencil didn't break on you. I had some issues with my Prismas this weekend. Almost threw them out in the garbage. But I found like a solution for now that is helpful. I think I discussed it in some of the color groups on Facebook. I have the Stabilo Carbatello pastel pencils, and they come with a special sharpener for them. Now those are very, very soft, like just as soft, if not softer than Prisma. So I said, let me check that out, let me try that out, and amazingly, it sharpened them really well, and I haven't had any breakage so far. So, okay, so we've got the 2 sleeves done for now. I may put another color on there, I'm not sure. I love this color, so I don't really want to take away from it, but let's see, let's just see what happens. I may go one stage darker, but we'll see. Again, we're just going to come in here, circular motion. And, you know, I'm layering it until I barely see, or, you know, I see enough of the white of the paper gone. You'll get kind of a feel for, especially if you're using good paper. I'm not. You'll get a good feel of how many layers you can get down and what looks good and what doesn't. I'm gonna come over here now and just do this little pocket here too. And this area here. Alright, so here and here, I'm assuming is just going to be his coat. Up here, we'll do something with the shirt. But we're going to say this is a coat, still his coat here, so go in here. Do you guys have this set? Do you enjoy this set? Is it a set that you're interested in? Let me know in the comments. Or what sets you really enjoy using. What's your favorite set of pencils to use when you're coloring or doing any kind of artwork? Everybody has a different sense of what they like and what works for them, and what works for one person may not work for another. So yeah, let me know in the comments. What pencils are you using? What pencils do you really enjoy using? What's your go-to pencil? My go-to pencils lately have been Castle Arts and Arteza for coloring and coloring books. When I'm doing any kind of commissioned piece, I use either Caran d'Ache or Polychromos. Okay, now we're gonna go this way with circles, this longer way. This is a bigger area, so it takes a little bit longer to get rid of the white of the paper. But if you kind of go horizontal circles and vertical circles, it does help a lot. Okay, we'll do another. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, it looks like you can see what I'm doing. Look at that. We've used this pencil quite a bit, and it still has a pretty sharp point. Awesome. I'm going to do one more pass over this just because it needs it. I am going to go in with another color. I didn't want to, but I'm going to need to. So let's go in with, it's too dark. It's too dark. Let's go in with Midnight Blue. Midnight Blue A515. And we're going to very lightly go over this, very lightly, because we don't want it to take away completely from the Mykonos Blue. So just so we can actually see it over the top. It's making it slightly darker. Again, please go lightly. This is a very strong color, but it does help to fill the white of the paper. The sleeve here. Okay, so please, it would benefit to go very lightly. This is a very dark, very strong color. But if used correctly and lightly, I mean, if this is the only color you're using and you want it dark, that's okay. But to use this correctly, just to kind of break in the white of the paper and just kind of give it a little bit of more oomph with layering, we just really need to go lightly with it. I think it's really actually given a lot of, I think it's really helping actually the color here. I think we may go in with a second, yeah, we're going to go in with a second layer. Then we're going to grab the white pencil and we're going to blend this all together. All right, grab the white pencil. And let's just go over this and let it blend them together. Yeah, that looks nice. That actually looks really nice. Okay, I'm actually really happy with that. I like that a lot. I think that came out really nice. Always remember to wipe off your white pencil, because if you can get residue from other colors on there, and then you don't want to be using this to blend something out and have another color on there. So you just scratch it, scrub it on a piece of scrap paper until you don't see it anymore. So it looks like, yeah, this is clean now. So it's ready for the next time. Okay, so I actually want to go in and put black on the buttons right now. And the reason why that is because I am going to probably, more than likely, go over that with a white jelly roll. So I'm just going to fill these in fairly darkly with the blue, with the black rather. Oh, sorry, this is Onyx Noir A107, A017, sorry. Okay, so yeah, just go into the I'm just going to go into the buttons and make them fairly dark. It's you have to have some kind of pigment on the paper before you put that the white jelly roll, or it has nothing to stick to and it doesn't look good. All right, we have a scarf here. I want to make that scarf orange because we have that dark blue, and that will go, it contrasts against the orange. They are complementary colors, which will make each other pop. So I'm just going to go in with regular orange, which is orange A113. And we're just going to come in here and we are going to just add the color in. And as you get to the top, the bottom, start to fade it out. Okay. And we're just going to do another layer of this because I want to make sure that it emphasizes that it's darker up here and that it lightens as you get towards the bottom. So start to release the pressure until there's like there. You know, I may go in with another color. You know, we have Marmalade Orange, which is pretty light. We're gonna go in with that Marmalade Orange, A110, and we're gonna go over the top of this. Well, first I want to go here, go into the end here where we left the white, and let's color that with this, and then let's blend up with this color. So we're blending the two oranges together. And we don't need a blender for this because it blended very well. And see how nice that looks, that orange against the blue. For these little fringies, we're going to use an orangey yellow. We're going to use Tuscan Sun. Tuscan Sun, A108. And we're just going to use that for the fringe parts here. So. And my pencil's very dull right now because I've used it a little bit. But I don't need a sharp pencil for this part. Just go over it about 2-3 times so it's enough to be seen. There we go. On this area right here needs to be that blue. I'm just going to put in the Midnight Blue, A515, just right here because I guess we missed it. Just go very lightly with it just to fill it in. Okay. Now his shirt. So we have a blue coach, gray. Let's do his shirt. Let's do his shirt emerald green. Emerald green, A613. And we're just going to go lightly right now over the collar and circular motions. And on this side. And here, careful of the tie. So emerald green is a very bluish green. So we're going to add spearmint green to the top of that. If I can get it out. Spearmint green, A610. We're just going to go right over the top of the emerald green. And we're going to go back in with emerald green, A613. And we're going to go back in with the spearmint green, A610. Okay, so we have a tie here. Let's see. Let's make it a very light blue tie. So the lightest blue, I think I have a sky blue. So let's use sky blue. Sky blue, A500. And just lightly go into this tie right here. Just very lightly. Again, sky blue is a fairly light color in this set. So you want to go over it for it to be seen. I mean, it's going to kind of fade a little bit into the greens because the greens are bluish green. But we just want to give a hint of a tie. Okay, so we have the magnifying glass and we have this stuff here. Let's do the magnifying glass. Again, we're going to use that we're going to do that in Onyx Black. Onyx Black, A016. And we're going to do the bottom here. Okay, so what we're going to do here on the magnifying glass, we're going to shade and fade. So we're going to dark here, fade it out here, dark here, fade it out here. So it has kind of like almost looks like a shine. you'll see what I'm saying. So we're going to start dark here. And we're going to continue to keep it dark. And as we start to turn, as we move here, we're lightening up the pressure until we get to the middle and there's like no pressure. Then we go here, same thing, really dark here on this section and continue to make it dark. Okay. And now we're going to start to ease up the pressure a little bit so that there's nothing. So you can see there's kind of it looks like there's kind of a shine there. Okay, magnifying glass, I'm going to take the sky blue A500 and we're just going to make diagonal strokes, very, very light diagonal strokes. Just so it kind of gives you the hint that there's something there. Okay. Next, we have this here street lamp. So, you know what? We have a lot of grays, but I want to use a gray on that too. We're going to use charcoal gray. Charcoal gray A015. We're going to kind of do what we did before. Each section we're going to shade and fade. So we're going to shade close here to each bottom section and fade up to the top. Okay. So let's start that. Down here we're just going to just make it one color, make it fairly dark. Okay, so now here it's going to be dark and we're going to shade it as we go up. So I think I'm going to go this way so you guys can see it a little bit easier. Can you see what I'm doing? All right, so it's dark here, getting very dark here at the bottom. Put a few layers down if you have to make it pretty dark. And we're going to continue up the pole here. And it's still dark. It's still fairly dark at this point. We'll start to get towards the middle. We'll release the pressure a little bit. So, you know, there's a little less color there. And as we go up, we're going to faint it all the way up. Like that. Okay? And then these little round bits here, we're just going to make them dark. Okay, here we're going to do the same thing as we did here. So it's going to be dark here. As we start to get about halfway up or more, we're going to start to fade it out a little bit, until it's faded out pretty much completely up there. Here. Gives it a little bit of interest. Here we're just going to color these bits darker, that's all. Same thing here. Now here, what I want to do is we're going to make it darker around the edge and then lighter in the center. Try to get as light as possible, almost like you might be able to get a little bit of light or shine there. So we're just circling here. I really should have sharpened this pencil. And we are, I'm just going to color it in and then I'll add it with the white thing after. Okay, so here we have the lamppost. Again, this is going to be gray also, but it's going to be a much lighter gray. I think we're going to use steel gray for this. Steel gray A007. And we're just going to do all of these bits here. So up here. And this is a very light gray color, so you might have to go over it a few times. But it's definitely worth it because we're going to do try to do kind of a glowing effect in here. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here I want to do darker on the edges, fade it out in the middle. So again, here we are. We're doing dark here. And I know it's hard to do dark with this. And then fade out towards the middle. Same on this side, dark here. And fade out towards the middle. For here, we're just going to go and straight color this down. Straight color this down. Same thing here and here. And then here. Okay, so we've got the lamppost pretty well done. What I want to do is I want to put some light in here. So we're going to take a few yellows. We're going to take Sapphire Yellow, Jasmine Yellow, and Lemon Yellow. We're going to start with the lightest color, which is, I believe, Sapphire Yellow. Sapphire Yellow, A101. We're going to come in here and we're going to color this in. Then we're going to come in with Jasmine Yellow, A102. We're going to go right over that. And finally, we're going to come in with Lemon Yellow, A104. And we're going to go right over that. So here, I want to give kind of the impression that there's some light coming off. So what I want to do here is we're going to take the yellows again. And so we're going to start with Sapphire Yellow, A101, and right out here we're just going to kind of put a little bit of, in a kind of a almost like a parentheses thing. We're going to put some color there. You can, I know it's hard to see, but that's a Sapphire Yellow. We're going to go in now with the Jasmine Yellow, A102, and we're just going to go over that. I'm not sure if you can see. Okay. And then finally, we're going to take the Lemon Yellow and Lemon Yellow, A104, and we're going to fill it in here so it's like close to the lamp. So it looks like it's coming off the lamp. And it's just a quick, easy glow effect. Okay. Finally, we have the background. So here, this background, I'm not exactly sure, to tell you the truth, what I want to do here, but we're going to do something. We've done a lot of yellow, but, I mean, yellow would be the best. You know what? I wonder if there's a nice, let's do pumpkin orange. I bet pumpkin orange would be decent, because we got blues and stuff. So, pumpkin orange, A112, and we're going to do very, very lightly, because this is kind of a darker color. And we're going to do very, very lightly. We're just going to fill in the color in the background right now. You don't have to do a background. It is optional. I don't always do backgrounds, but in these circles, I don't know, I feel like there should be something. But again, you don't have to do this. You can skip this part. It's no big deal. On this side. So it's nice to have, but it's not necessary. If you don't feel comfortable doing backgrounds, or you just don't feel like doing it, then you don't have to. Like I said, we all color our own way. And it's, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun. Okay, we're going to go over this again. And we just really kind of want to make sure it's all evened out. Really, that's what I'm going for at this point. Not going for perfection, just want something even. Yeah, and this is being recorded on Saturday, but it won't go out till Sunday morning. It'll come out around 9 a.m. Eastern time, Sunday morning. So, if you're watching this Sunday morning, happy Sunday Fun Day. Hope everyone's having a great day. And you know what? I think I'm going to go over it just one more time. But I'm going to move my hand further back, because this time, I just want it very, very light. I just kind of want to fill in little gaps that I might have missed. Okay, that looks okay. Oh, we forgot the sign. So the sign, again, I know we're using a lot of grays, but we want something very light. So this is Stone Gray A005. It's very, very light. So just come on in and just throw a little color in there. You know, you might have to go in a few times for the color to show up, but it will. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to put in a little white gel pen. I just have to grab them. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I use the Sakura white jelly rolls. They are, I like them when they work. It's just hit or miss sometimes with them, whether or not they're going to work or if they're going to work the first time. The best one that usually works is the 10, although the 10 generally has, you know, it's generally thicker, but I'm going to go with this. This is Sakura Jelly Roll 10. And if you don't have this or you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I just want to go in and I just want to dot, oh yeah, that's good. I just want to dot the buttons. Also on here, I want to put a little white spot, a little white space. Okay. And let's see, is there anything else that I want to do here? I don't think so. I think that was it. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I know I did. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this series and if you'd like me to do more series like this or stuff that's completely different. I have a lot of different books and stuff. So next time, I believe we're going to do this circle, and that'll be the end of the 4 circles, and we'll have the middle here of London Bridge and the clock. So right now, for today, that's everything. In the description, I will leave a link to this page, a link to the Chroma Gnomes Etsy shop, a link to Arteza's website, a link to these particular pencils on Arteza's website, and that's it, I believe. So, oh, and also I will have every single pencil that we use in the description, so you can pull them before you start coloring, following the color along. This way, you'll be able to do it a lot quicker and not have to go searching for pencils. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.